डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आंबेडकर ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी।
Namaskar dear students, myself Zeel Sagar Shah, working as an assistant professor in School of Computer Science in Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Open University. So far, we have studied about process management in operating system. So, in today's unit, we are going to learn about threads and concurrency. So, let's start with today's unit. So, our today's agenda is introduction to threads, multi-threading and thread implementation. So, what is thread? Thread is a sequential flow of a task within a process. Threads in an operating system can be of the same or different types. Threads are used to increase the efficiency or performance of the applications. Each thread has its own counter, stack, and the set of registers. So let's see this in detail. As I said, a thread is a basic unit of CPU utilization. It comprises of thread ID, program counter, and register set and a stack. So each thread has its own program counter, stack, and set of registers. However, the threads of a single process might share the same code or data file. So for that, we use threads. Why? Because threads is lightweighted process and they share the common resources. So what are the components of thread? A thread comprises of three components: program counter, register set, and stack space. So what is program counter? Program counter contains the address of the next instructions to be executed from the memory. Register set, it holds the current working variable. Stack which contains the execution history. So this is the components of thread. How this looks in our memory, let's see. So this is a single thread which has its own register set, program counter, and stack space. So why we need thread? Threads in the operating system provides the multiple benefits and improve the overall performance of the system. Some of the reasons threads are needed in the operating system are: first is, since the threads use the same data and code, the operational cost between the thread is low. Second is, creating and terminating a thread is faster compared to creating or terminating a process. Context switching is faster in thread compared to process. So what is context switching? When I want to jump from one thread to another thread, then it will be easily done in threads. But in process, we have to wait for a process to pass through all the cycle of process and then switch to the another process. So what is multi-threading? Multi-threading is a technique used in operating system to improve the performance and the responsiveness of computer systems. So multi-threading allows the multiple threads, that is lightweighted process, to share the same resources of a single process, such as the CPU memory and the input-output devices. Multi-threading, for example, a word processor may have a thread for displaying the graphics, another thread for responding to keystrokes from the user, and the third thread is used for performing spelling and grammar checking. So in the background. So this is how multi-threading works. Multi-threading is done to improve the performance of the application, as it is faster in many ways, which were discussed as below. That is, the ability of an OS to support multiple and concurrent paths of execution within a single process. So over here, the difference of single thread and the multiple threading is given. In the first image, the program counter, then register set, and the stack is used for only one thread. But in the second image, we are using multiple threads and the multiple program counter, register set, and the stack. And we can switch between all these threads easily, because thread is a light-weighted process. So what are the benefits of multi-threading? First is resource sharing. Threads of a single process share the same resources, such as code or data file. Second is responsiveness. Program responsiveness enables a program to run even if a part of a program is blocked or executing a lengthy operation, thus increasing the responsiveness to the user. Third is economy. It is more economical to use threads as they share the resources of a single process. On the other hand, creating process is expensive. So thread implementation. Over here, we are going to learn about 3 thread implementation: user level thread, kernel level thread. So what is user level thread? User level threads are implemented by users, and the kernel level is not aware, of the existing of these threads. What is kernel level thread? Kernel level threads are handled by the operating system directly, and the thread management is done by the kernel level thread. And the hybrid level thread, in which we will going to discuss about hybrid level thread, we will going to learn about in the next lecture. Now let's see user level thread in detail. That is ULT. It handles them as if they were single threaded process. User level threads are small and much faster than the kernel level threads. They are represented by a program counter, stack and register, and a small process control block, that is PCB block, which we have studied in the last lecture. Also, there is no kernel involvement in the synchronization of user level thread. So this is the diagram of user level thread. In the upper space, we have user level thread, in which we are using user level thread, and the kernel is using the kernel level thread. So in the picture we have two spaces, user space and kernel space. In the user space there are user level threads, and in the kernel space we have kernel level threads having a process. So what are the problems occurred in ULT, that is user level thread? So page fault problem. What is page fault problem in user space threads? When a thread tries to use data that isn't in our memory, a page fault occurs since the operating system doesn't know about the individual threads. It blocks the whole process, not just a thread, and making all the thread wait until the required data is loaded. So this is a page fault problem. Second is user space thread scheduling issues. So a single thread can take over the CPU and keep running forever unless it declares to stop and gives control to another thread. Without automating time slices like a clock interrupt, the system can't force threads to stop and share the CPU fairly. Third is spin lock and busy waiting. So what is spin lock and busy waiting? Spin lock and busy waiting, sometimes threads are used spin locks or busy waiting, which means they keep checking for a condition without doing anything else. This wastes CPU time and making the system less effective. Deadlock risk. What is deadlock? We will study about deadlock in next chapter. Now just for the sake of knowing the deadlock risk, let's see deadlock risk. So without automatic control like clock interrupts, thread can end up waiting forever. This creates a deadlock where no thread can make program and everything gets stuck. And in the last problem is slow context switching. Why slow context switching? Because it runs between threads and the system has to serve and load a lot of information which is slower compared to kernel level threads. This can make the system less efficient in managing threads. So I hope now you get the idea about how user level thread works in operating system. Now let's study about kernel level. Now let's study about advantages and disadvantages of user level thread. That is, user level threads are simpler and faster to generate. They are also easier to manage. Thread switching is user level thread doesn't need kernel mode privileges. That is, edit or create or delete or update the mode privileges. These are more portable. These threads may be run on any operating system as it is portable. What are the disadvantages? We have already seen, that is problems in user level thread. That is, the complete process is blocked if a user level thread runs in a blocking operation. It's not appropriate for a multiprocessor system. Now let's study about kernel level thread, that is KLT. So what is kernel level thread? Kernel level thread is a thread which maintains context information for the process and the threads. No thread management done by the application. The threads are directly run by the kernel itself, that is operating system itself. Scheduling is done on a thread basis. Windows is an example of this approach. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of kernel level thread? First is the kernel can simultaneously schedule multiple threads from the same process on multiple processors. So over here we can use kernel level threads in multi-processors. If one thread in a process is blocked, the kernel can schedule another thread of the same process. So over here kernel is scheduling our thread processes. Kernel routines themselves can be multi-threaded. So we can use as many threads we can use in our kernel level thread. So what are the disadvantages of kernel level thread? The transfer of control from one thread to another within the same process requires a mode switch to the kernel. So over here the user level thread is used. Why? Because we want to do context switching. In the next lecture we will study about the hybrid level thread and the concurrency part of the threads. Thank you for watching the video.